Hi, Karla here. Welcome back to my channel where I like to find the fun and magic in everyday things. I want to share with you how I celebrated the advent of autumn in my cat. I'll try that again. Well, in this video, I'd like to share with you how I celebrated the advent of autumn with a cacao ceremony. Now, if you never heard of a cacao ceremony or even thought that that was even a thing, don't worry, I'll tell you all about it. I'll even share an autumn-inspired recipe so that you can make your own ceremonial cacao. And if you stay to the end, I'll share with you some tips and ideas to make sure that your ceremony is fabulous. All right, so come on and let's celebrate autumn. Cacao ceremonies can be a wonderful experience for mind, body, and spirit. Cacao ceremonies are thousands of years old, rooted in ancient Mesoamerican culture. Aztecs and Mayans considered cacao to be sacred medicine, and how right they were. Raw cacao increases blood flow to the brain and heart, which means heightened mental agility, awareness, and focus. It's a mood lifter. It contains feel-good chemicals like serotonin and tryptophan and anandamide, which is a bliss chemical. It's antioxidant rich, a great source of magnesium, and provides natural energy, not through caffeine, but with a gentle theobromine. Spiritually, the main benefit of cacao is an expanded state of consciousness. Cacao can act as a powerful heart opener, connecting us to our intuition, to nature, and unseen guidance. Once you've tried it, you'll understand why cacao is called the food of the gods. Now, just a side note, make sure to talk to your doctor first if you're pregnant, taking antidepressants, have a heart condition, or are taking medications for high blood pressure. You know, cacao isn't dangerous, but it's just better to be safe than sorry. Now that the precautions are out of the way, let's get started. Believe it or not, it's really simple to make ceremonial cacao. Just make sure you're using ceremonial grade cacao, which is much different than cocoa or even cacao powder. The difference is how it's processed. The cocoa bean is gently fermented and then ground into a rich paste. Now, for cacao to be ceremonial grade, it must be organic, raw, from fair trade, sustainably resourced, and lovingly produced. I found this on Amazon, but if you Google ceremonial grade cacao, you'll find plenty to choose from. To prepare the cacao, I first shave it and then weigh how much cacao I'm going to use. The widely recommended dose is anywhere between 25 and 43 grams in about a cup of liquid. I prefer water, but you can also use plant-based milk. If this is your first time, I repeat, definitely wouldn't use more than 30 grams. Now there's two ways to make it. In the saucepan, add your measured out water or plant milk, about 300 milliliters. Then gently warm on low to medium heat until the paste has melted, stirring, as you go. Do not let it boil. Then add your desired spices. Now for this autumn-inspired recipe, I added a 1/4 teaspoon pumpkin spice and 1/8 teaspoon cardamom, because I love cardamom. I also added a 1/2 tablespoon of maple syrup. You can either add more or less or omit it altogether, just depending on how you like it. At the end, you just whisk it to make it a little frothy and then pour it into a cup and drink. But if you like it real smooth and frothy like me, just add your hot water or plant milk, which is, remember, not boiling, to the blender. Then add the rest of the ingredients. Blend. That's it. You can't get easier than that. Yum. Now for the ceremony itself, there are endless ways to hold a cacao ceremony. You can do it alone or with a group. You can have a ceremony daily or only on special events like lunar cycles or seasonal changes like I'm doing. You do you. The sky's the limit because there's no rules. Now here is my seasonal altar for autumn. Autumn is all about withdrawing and nesting, looking back at what I've seeded or envisioned in the spring and celebrating what I've accomplished so far. But most importantly, recognizing what no longer serves me and needs to be released. So before I drink the cacao, I like to lovingly set my intention for the ceremony. And then I meditate for a while so I can reconnect with my heart and balance my energy. Now I'm ready to journal, pull a tarot or oracle card, be creative, listen to music, dance. I do whatever I feel moved to do, and so should you. Remember, there are no rules. You do you. Now, here are a few tips to remember. It takes about 20 minutes to feel the full effects of the cacao, and it's going to last anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, depending on the dosage and the individual. I think that's important to know. It's best to take on an empty stomach or a few hours after eating for you to have the full effect. And lastly, make sure you drink lots of water. I can't stress that enough. Drink a lot of water. Well, I hope I've inspired you to have your own cacao ceremony. It's really a wonderful experience. But don't take my word for it. Seriously, try it for yourself. And please, would you share your experience in the comments section so we can all benefit as a community and learn from each other? That would be awesome. Well, you have a good one, and I'll see you on the next adventure.